At the annual Mobile World Congress in Barcelona last year, one of the most exciting launches was of a range of Firefox OS phones. There was Alcatel, ZTE, LG, Huawei, Sony, all launching phones running this operating system of what we once knew only as a browser. Now, at Mobile World Congress 2015 in Barcelona recently, Firefox went a step further and they unveiled NFC, or Near Field Communication, as the next big thing on their devices. That opens the way to mobile payments, transportation services, access to buildings and the like, and also media sharing. So the big question in South Africa is, when are we getting this amazing, famous Firefox operating system on our phones? Well, that's coming right now. Alcatel are bringing in two Firefox phones into this country. The first one being the Firefox E, which is going to be a relatively high-end phone, but selling at about 1,500 Rand. And then the one that really excites me personally is the Firefox C. That'll come a little later. That's probably going to come in at around 550 Rand. So a real entry-level phone carrying the Firefox operating system. That's what I have here, which is a range of Firefox C phones. I've been using one of these for a while, and I'm quite dazzled by the visuals, the quality of the images, and I'm also surprised by the range of apps available for the device. It's 12 millimeters thick, weighs only 100 gram, a 3.5-inch screen, which is standard for the 550 Rand type phones, and a VGA camera at the back that also does a decent video at 480p. Most importantly for its target market, it also has an FM radio. Probably less important, but what also makes it an appealing backup phone for people who are used to high-end phones is that it also has an accelerometer, which means that it's going to sense a lot of activities on the phone. And then for the low-end market, very exciting as well, is the idea that it has 15 days of standby. So access to electricity becomes less of a major drawback compared to the more high-end phones that don't last for much more than a working day. So to talk about the strategy behind the Firefox phones, and especially those being brought in by Alcatel OneTouch, I have with me Ernst Wittmann, the country manager for Alcatel OneTouch Southern Africa. Welcome, Ernst. And I'd like to ask you firstly, Ernst, what is Alcatel's strategy in manufacturing Firefox phones?
So for us as Alcatel OneTouch, we've obviously been down a long road in the mobile phone industry. For the first time ever, our association with Firefox, which is supported by the Mozilla brand, we're now becoming a market leader. We've seen successful launches of Firefox over the last 2 years within the LATAM countries like Brazil, Chile, Venezuela, some countries in Europe, Spain and Greece, as well as Poland. And it's now time to bring Firefox to the Southern African continent.
If it's been so well proven in developing markets, why has it taken so long to come to South Africa?
I think, first of all, our general adaptation to smartphone technology has been a little slow. If we look at the entry smartphone segment itself, it's only been the last year and a half that we've seen a major change in the consumer's behavior with regards to purchasing a smartphone. We've seen the network operators eventually coming to the party and obviously reducing data rates, and that's made it a lot more affordable for the general consumer to actually use a smartphone device.
Why is the Firefox E coming in before the Firefox C when you would expect the entry-level device to be leading into the market?
Yeah, it was quite a surprise for us as well, but the operators themselves have obviously done their research, and if we look at operating system adaptation from the consumer, generally it would be your slightly more techie guys who would be keen to explore something new, and from there that will obviously then take a couple of steps down, and as the operating system becomes more popular, so more users would want to be using it.
Where do the Firefox phones fit into the Alcatel OneTouch roadmap?
So for us, the great thing is it's offering diversity within our own portfolio. We have a significant volume of typical Android devices within the portfolio. We're now bringing in devices that obviously support Windows as well, but we do feel that there is a niche market for Firefox itself.
And how's Alcatel generally doing in South Africa?
It's been a very, very good year for us. Well, the previous year, 2014, so obviously all the eyes of our global team are on us for 2015. The brand has grown leaps and bounds. We grew by 8% market share, 2013 to 2014. So we've got a big task on our hands for 2015, but we do hope and we do see a place for Firefox to obviously help us keep increasing that share.
We've told you before on this channel, Alcatel is a brand to watch. And now with Firefox also as part of their armory, it's going to be one formidable competitor in this market.